I would like to thank tborders.com for sponsoring this video. If you're looking to get your business right, start your business, get your website straight, if you're having struggles just trying to understand how to maneuver through the business world as a small business, contact tborders.com. It's amazing and you will not regret it. Just let her know that April sent you. Guys, I'm going to read you this article from BuzzFeed News. It's written by David Mack, and it's just what's going on with the Shanquella Robinson case is it's baffling. It's mind-numbing. So I'm trying to lay this out straight, and I'm actually going to create a timeline and just see if anything is making any sense to understand why they won't charge the Cabo Six. So let's get into this. The feds won't bring any charges over Shanquella Robinson's death in Mexico. Robin's family had written to President Biden calling for justice after a video showed her being beaten prior to her death in Mexico last year. Federal prosecutors won't pursue charges against anyone over the death of American tourist Shanquella Robinson in Mexico last year, U.S. officials announced Wednesday. Robinson, a 25-year-old braider, Robinson, a 25-year-old hair braider from North Carolina, was found dead in her hotel room while on vacation with friends in San Jose del Cabo on October 29th. Robinson's family was initially told by friends that she died from alcohol poisoning. We all know that was a lie. According to the attorneys, but her death certificate later listed the causes as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, a form of severe neck injury. After a video emerged on the internet in November showing Robinson being beaten while in a hotel room, Mexican authorities had said that they were investigating her death as an act of direct aggression from one of the traveling companions. Last month, the Robinson family's attorney sent a letter to U.S. President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken demanding that either federal prosecutors pursue charges in her death or that her alleged killer or killers be extradited to Mexico. The family named one of the Robinson's companions as the suspected perpetrator and said Mexican authorities had issued a warrant for the woman's arrest. FBI agents and Department of Justice prosecutors investigated Robinson's death, but the U.S. Attorney Office for the Western District of North Carolina said Wednesday that they could not prove that any federal crime had been committed, which is baffling. Based on the results of the autopsy and after a careful deliberation and review of the investigation materials, both U.S. attorneys' offices, federal prosecutors informed Ms. Robinson's family today that the available evidence does not support a federal prosecution. Prosecutors said in a statement, noting the public concern around the case. Officials said they reached their determination after experienced federal agents and seasoned prosecutors extensively reviewed the available evidence. The prosecutors met with Robinson's family on Wednesday morning to inform them of their decision. As in any case, the government is prepared to review and examine new information related to the investigation should it become available, officials said. It was not immediately clear whether the prosecutor's decision would affect any extradition efforts. We're disappointed, but we're not deterred. Robinson family attorney Sue Ann Robinson told reporters at a press conference on Wednesday afternoon. According to the lawyers, the autopsy conducted in the U.S. did not discover any spinal cord injuries in contrast to the results of the Mexican autopsy, which I found very strange. She criticized what she described as a delay in the U.S. investigation, which she suggested could have impacted the findings. I agree. She said that the Robinson family would continue to demand a high level of the diplomatic intervention in this case. The United States citizens cannot go to Mexico, commit a crime that we all saw on video, and then come back to America and say we are on base, we're safe. We're not going to be charged with a crime, the attorney said. That cannot be the message that the U.S. authorities wants to send. I agree. There is no reason why a black woman should go on vacation with friends, be returned to her family in a box, and nothing be done for 5 months. She said in a statement. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump said that while the DOJ decision is discouraging, they believe justice is still possible for her death via prosecutors in Mexico. Well, that's the end of the report. And what do you guys think? I'm going to be looking over this. I'm going to put together this timeline. I'm looking at it, and it, it took them 5 months to do an autopsy. If we understand that correctly, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. There's a lot will change in 5 months. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is very upsetting, but I love that we're not giving up. The family's not giving up. The attorneys are not giving up. This is not the end. We're going to get justice for Shanquella. And, you know, they may think that they're getting away with this right now, but they're not. They're not. And the more we keep talking about it, the more we keep this going, the higher chances of getting justice for Shanquella. So what that leaves us with is just being very confused. I don't understand what's going on. It just makes no sense. Um, with the autopsy that our country came out with and the autopsy from Mexico, my personal opinion, I actually tend to believe the autopsy from Mexico, only because our country has a history of racism and just a history of treating black and brown people poorly. And something's not right with this case, because even if you come up with that, there's a videotape. It's almost like if they don't want to acknowledge the videotape. I keep saying videotape, the video of, Shanquella, like they don't want to acknowledge that. Um, it's just, there's so much that to me they're intentionally turning a blind eye to. It just makes me question. And our country just does not have a good track record when it comes to being fair and just to us. So I actually, Mexico's autopsy, actually, their findings make more sense to me. Um, like attorney Sue Ann Robinson said, like this autopsy was done, I guess, there was time in between, but it was from October 30th to November 17th. It's not really that far apart. If it was actually done on November 17th, they could have taken her body in November 17th, but we really don't know how long it took for them to actually do the autopsy. We really don't know. We're not there. And they're not going to disclose everything to us, which is understandable. But something's just not adding up. It's just not adding up. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. If you stayed this long and went through all this with me, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please stay safe, and let's keep fighting for Shanquella, fighting for justice for Shanquella.